And then the yellow one, and then the baby. That's the mommy, and that's the daddy. Hey, can I do it? That's the mommy, and that's the baby, and that's the daddy. And then where's the baby? I don't see the baby. The baby's mommy. Here's daddy. And then there's the baby. Yeah, there's the baby. Oh, they're gonna kiss each other. They're fighting. Hey, they're fighting. They're fighting. They're breaking up. Dude, there's a fish over there. There's a turtle over here just sleeping. There's a fish over there. That's so cute. Is it yellow? Yeah, I see a fish. Yellow. There's a fish under here. Oh, that's the mom. That's the did too. They're gonna make fun of him. He can't talk because I jinxed him. Man, that's me. What is that stuff? There you go.
Back of the head, we're ready to go. Last one, make sure you shut the door.
Need your coat too.
Okay, so our morning activity today, we're going to give you a glimpse, and I mean a little tiny glimpse, and what it might have been like to live in a Native American village about 1,000 years ago. Now, I'm not Native American, and I've never lived in a Native American village, so I can't know exactly what it was like. Okay, I don't have that background. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste of it. And hopefully, what you do and see today maybe might get you excited about learning more about it. Get you online or get you to the library and looking at more of this information. And I want you to know when we're working with the things today, you're going to notice some very non-Native American things, like duct tape. They're like, Trace, I know they did not have duct tape 1,000 years ago. And you're going to notice things like carpet remnants. You're like, carpet? They didn't have any carpet. Trace is crazy. Well, I'm just going to give you a taste of what it was like. And I don't want you to think when you all do all these activities that all of a sudden you know everything there is to know. Let's say an alien came from outer space and landed and came up to you and said, hey, there's this game people are playing called football. Could you teach me everything about football? And if you handed them a football and went, here's a football. Does that tell them everything they need to know about football? No. No, all it shows them is this is what you play the game. It only shows them a glimpse of it. So that's what I want you to think about when you're doing these activities today. This is just a glimpse of what it would have been like in a Native American village. It hardly even compares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different activities that Native American people would have been doing, including the young kids. They didn't have a lot. They were around playing around on the playground while the parents were working. They were working too. And so what you have to do today, the hardest part is the first 15 minutes. You got to listen to me talk. La, 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 la. But I'm going to tell you about each of these stations. You're going to get a glimpse of what's happening in each of the little stations I'm going to show you. And then, once I'm done babbling, you can go and try each one of them at your own pace. If you like one especially well, you can spend like 20 minutes there. But we're going to show you each different station, and then we're going to give you a chance to try them all at your own pace. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Excellent. First station is right over there. Let's go do see those things. Right there, those things. And this is an Atlatl. Everyone say Atlatl.
Atlatl.
Say it again like you know what it means. Atlatl. Atlatl. Very good. Now this was a tool, a weapon that was used, way before the use of the bow and arrow. Once the Native Americans started to utilize horses for hunting, then they had to invent something that they could use while they rode on the horses. And so then we had the bow and arrow coming into use because they could ride, have the bow and arrow. This is called an Atlatl. A lot of different native people from around the world actually developed this simple little tool. What it does is basically makes your arm twice as long as it is, so you can throw a lot farther. Now, when I was young, about your age, I had a mighty fine arm on me. I could throw a softball way in from the right field. Can't do that anymore. But if I was to throw this dart we kind of think of it as a spear, but spears really were handheld things. This is not handheld. If I was going to throw this by arm, though, step aside, I'd like her to be careful. If I was to throw a spear, I'm not going to get too far. That's not too bad, though. I'm pretty impressed with that. But with an atlatl, let me see. I'll try this one. With an atlatl, it makes my arms longer and helps me to throw a lot farther. Be careful, that might backfire. Whoa! Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so this simple thing, just extending my arm, helps me to throw farther. And when you can get really good with it, you can be really accurate with it. So this was a tool that they could go hunting with. Now, when you come to this station today, I've got 6 Atlatls. My Atlatls are actually what I call training wheel Atlatls, because they have a little notch right here that your dart will sit in. On a real Atlatl, you actually hold it with your fingers like this. But today, because that can get really frustrating. So when you come here today, you can't have any more than 6 here at a time. And you can't be at this station unless there's an adult at the station. So either Mr. Boatright would be here because he is a professional Atlatl thrower. Many of you probably don't know that about him. Or I'll be here. I think Dad's going to be busy taking some excellent videos. Okay. But when you do come here at this station, we're going to be throwing in that direction. You want to kind of space yourself on either side here. It's more challenging here. There's more things to get. You may have noticed that. But we've got a little nubbin right here. We've got a little Y-shaped right there. In the back of each of the darts, there's a little hole that goes into the nubbin. It doesn't get pushed up. It won't stay there. It just kind of sets in there. And that's how you get ready. You want to make sure that your fletching one, it's in my trunk of my car actually, the fletching or this, the arrow, the fake arrow stuff, the little, that's toward the back, this is toward the front. When you hold it, you want your hand way up here. If it's way back here, it doesn't make your hand that much longer, you won't throw that much farther. Okay? When you're doing this, don't put it on your shoulder, get it off your shoulder. How many of you have ever gone fishing? How many of you have ever swatted a fly in the wall? When you work with this today, I want you to think about this almost being a fly swatter, and you're going to hit that fly on the wall, or I want you to think of it as fish and pole, casting out that net. Okay, casting out the net, casting out the line. That's the way you want to do it. Some people spend so much time thinking, oh, I've got to, they're worried about this. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Just swat, or cast your line, and you're going to get a good flight. If you keep it up here, or you go, it's not going anywhere. Okay? So, and those of you who play ball, you know that if you're right-handed, you get that left foot out, right, opposite, it'll help you a lot. So, when you come over in this location, once again, you have to have an adult here, and they will give you instructions like they'll let you all get loaded up, then they'll have you throw, and then you'll wait until everyone has thrown, and then you'll go and you'll retrieve, start, okay? So here is where you get a chance to throw an Atlatl, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next location we're going to is that table over there where my backpack is at. Backpack.